Hey everybody, NBC5 weather forecaster Brigham Harris here, going to give you a quick look at this week as tomorrow is the start of a work week for many, but let's step outside. Take a look at the temperatures as of right now, 46 degrees in Bend. It has cooled down quite a bit along the coast. I will say that yesterday around this time we were seeing more mid to low 50s, and right now we're seeing mid to high 40s, so it has definitely cooled down. Off to the east of the Cascades, we're seeing low 30s, some even high 20s, so below freezing temperatures. We'll touch a little bit more on that later and why that might be important. But for now, let's talk about what today was like compared to years past. Now, the average, a little bit colder than today, so we got 50 degrees of the high, which is usually, 47, that's the average. Not nearly as warm as 2017, where it was 64 degrees the first week of December. I wish I would have been there. That sounds very, very nice to experience that temperature. Now, satellite radar, this is what we've been looking at today. Yesterday we talked about a front. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But as of right now and leading up to right now, this is what we've seen. Very clear skies, except out here just on the southern eastern part of the state. We've seen a little bit of cloud cover, and you're seeing some clouds approaching off of the Pacific Ocean. We'll touch a little bit on that right now as we zoom out and take a look. We talked about this big low pressure system out here off the Gulf of Alaska. That has broken down a tiny bit, but we are seeing a big front coming our way. We're going to talk about how many fronts, how serious they are, but one thing's for sure is we do have a lot of clouds coming our way, some precipitation coming as well. As you can see just off the coast of Seattle, they are getting hit pretty hard with some rain. Now let's take a look at our pinpoint forecast. This is what we have to expect in the coming days. Starting this evening, Sunday night, let's roll through. We're seeing some pretty clear skies. We're seeing a little bit of cloud cover, but not a whole lot. We'll see these little ridges pass through, and this is where I wanted to stop it. Right here is where the storm is going to make landfall for the first time. That's Tuesday at 6 a.m., but that's very, very north of our area, so we won't see much of that until it hits North Bend, and it's going to hit Roseburg right around 7 p.m. on Tuesday, and that's really when they're going to see the brunt of the storm, and that's Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. We'll talk a little bit more again about what to expect this week later on. But first, tonight and tomorrow, this is what the coast has to expect. We're going to see some patchy AM fog. That's tomorrow night, but tonight it's going to be mostly clear. Patchy AM fog tomorrow in the morning, but tonight mostly clear, partly cloudy after midnight. So we will see those effects roll in of that storm just a little bit tonight. We're going to see some patchy fog as well west of the Cascades here in the West Valleys. And tomorrow, mostly clear in the morning. We're going to see, though, some patchy, dense fog in certain areas. We'll touch about which areas specifically are going to see the most fog. You're going to see that mostly in the Klamath Falls area and east of the Cascades. Now, speaking of east of the Cascades tonight, mostly clear skies, and into tonight, into the late hours, we're going to see some patchy freezing fog. So tomorrow early morning on your commute, it's going to be very important to stay safe on the roads. Make sure you pay attention to the conditions. Very cold temperatures tonight in Christmas Valley and Chemult. Alturas and Lakeview staying right around 20 degrees, so not terrible, but still very much below freezing, so stay safe out there. For the 7-day forecast, let's look at the Rogue Valley. We're saying right around 50 degrees, and once that storm hits Wednesday and Thursday, those fronts are going to continue, and we're going to see another cold front that's going to hit us Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with quite a bit of precipitation into the weekend. That's going to continue. Same thing for Klamath Basin. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to see that fog, if you can see on the Monday icon there, and then Friday we're going to get some more precipitation, and then the weekend is going to have chances of precipitation, but a lot more cloud cover than the rest of the week. As far as Northern California is concerned, patchy clouds all throughout the week. Pretty good mild temperatures as far as the highs go. We're almost going to see 60 degrees on Tuesday. And speaking of 60 degrees and mild temperatures, let's take a look at the 7-day forecast for the coast. Tomorrow, the coast is going to see 60 degrees for the high, warmest part of the week anywhere in the state, and that's very nice for them to see. Although, be careful because there is going to be a lot of precipitation coming our way from these new storms.